Amazing, amazing. Everybody has come in muted, but you do have the opportunity to unmute yourself and ask questions. This is the Camp Chi breakout room. Just give me 1 second. I am going to paste the links to all the other breakout rooms in our chat so that if you do need to go to a different breakout room, that is an option for you. If I can find where the chat button is. Awesome. So it is now in the chat. And if you missed it or need it again, just tell me and it's easy to paste. So awesome to see you. I think some of you are returning families and parents, which is amazing. I'm so glad to have you back. And some of you are new. Camp Chi is, as I mentioned at the very beginning, modeled as your traditional day camp, allowing campers to experience a little bit of everything that the J has to offer, that camps have to offer. We spend time swimming, we spend time singing and dancing, we spend time making art projects, playing drama games, performing a play, depending on your age, STEM projects, building relationships and friendships, and finding out what is of interest to both our campers and our counselors and pursuing that as a camp. So it is great to have you here at this time. I think maybe the best thing is to take any questions that people have. You can feel free to unmute yourself and ask, or you can put them in the chat, either way. Either I've done a great job of explaining myself or I've confused everybody to the point that they don't have questions. Lauren, great question. Are boys and girls mixed in groups? So our Little Chi program, which is for, yes, Melissa, I definitely will talk about Little Chi there. It's great. But let me start here with the boys and girls. I just don't want to get lost. So Little Chi does have our tribes mixed with boys and girls in the same tribe. The feedback that we got, and we did this for the first time last year, was that coming out of the preschool environment where the classes were boys and girls mixed, that was a shock to a lot of family systems. And we did it last year where they were mixed, and it worked out very, very well. As it relates to changing on that, we can provide separate changing opportunities for everybody in those regards as we get ready for swimming. The older groups, the individual tribes, are not mixed, but the first grade units are all together. So there's times where the boys and girls are together doing things, and there are times where you're by your tribe and so on and so forth as you get up through 2nd and 6th grade. Little Chi is for our kindergarten unit and transitions from the kind of preschool environment to the camp environment. So a camp environment can definitely be a little chaotic. It can be loud. It can be rowdy. As we know, in Dallas, it can get hot. And so a couple of things that we do in Little Chi that are slightly different than the rest of Camp Chi, but it is very important for me to state that Little Chi is a part of Camp Chi, and they have the opportunity to do a lot of what any Camp Chi camper would have to do. We just present it in a slightly different way, being a part of this youngest group. So the two big things that they get is, one is they have individualized home bases that are indoors. We take over preschool classrooms and from the GECC and make them into the home bases for our kindergarten campers. And this allows a couple things. If we're having a loud event, specifically our morning opening, then our Little Chi campers can actually go to their home base first versus our patio and start their day there in a little bit more of a calmer space. If it's hot outside, they have an indoor space as their home base to go to as well. So to really help with that transition period, those home bases are a big portion of what we are providing there. And then additionally, the counselors that we have there are more adults are included in that counselor ratio to provide more adult supervision and help as these campers gain responsibility and independence of being, elementary school campers versus preschool campers. So those are the two big things that we provide in Little High, while still providing the same activities: singing, dancing, swimming, sports, arts and crafts. That's all still a part of the program. Someone asked if this would be the best selection for an incoming kinder age 5. Not only is it the best selection, but here at the JCC, it is the only selection. What are the hours of regular camp? The regular camp hours are, that's a great question, are 9 to 4. AM carpool starts, or AM drop-off starts at 8:45 a.m. And then camp gets started right around 9. And then PM carpool starts at 3:45 with the goal of being finished right around 4. Although we have had some days where it's gone longer than that, 4:15, and early on in the process, as people get used to what's going on, the first couple days could be to 4:30, and then as everybody learns the system, it's 4:15, 4:10. So, Rachel, thank you for the question on swim lessons. So, kindergarten and first grade will definitely receive swim lessons this year. With the new pool and how that's going to work, we are working on whether or not the 2nd through 6th graders will receive mandatory swim lessons, but swim will be a part of their program, and actively improving on their skills in there will additionally be something that we're looking at. And if you want kind of specific swim lessons at that age, it is definitely something we can provide if it's, we can provide. So, but we are working on what it's going to be like to have this new pool system here at the J. Nicole, so drop off if you're not doing extended care is 8:45 a.m. If you want to do early care, that is starting at 7:45 a.m. is when the early care starts. Sarah asked about becoming a camp friend. So what's going to happen on that is that when you go to register on the 30th, and if I'm going too fast, feel free to tell me to slow down. I feel like I'm a monologue here. But when you go on the 30th to fill out the registration form, you're going to fill out the same initial registration form that everybody does. At the bottom of the registration form, it is going to ask you if you're a JCC member or not. At that time, you would click no. When you get to our registration software system, the screen that it is going to bring you to is to purchase your Camp Friend membership. At that time, after you purchase that Camp Friend membership, you'll be able to add your camper to the variety of wait lists that you choose, and in this case, Camp High. Melody, that's a great question about the camper counselor ratios and water safety. Our goal on the whole is to have about a 1 to 6 counselor to camper ratio for the group. So we're looking typically at groups between 18 to 15 campers with 3 counselors per group. And sometimes we even get a 4th counselor in there. And then in terms of the water, when we're down at the pool, the counselors need to be present right there with their campers. And specific to the swim lessons, the instructors are in the water with them. And then there are lifeguards positioned all around the pool. In terms of the specific number of lifeguards on there, I can't give you an answer today only because I could give you an answer for last year, which was that during swim lessons, we had 4 or 5 lifeguards on the deck during swim lessons. The only reason I can't give you that answer specifically is because of this new pool, or it's really 2 new pools coming in. The aquatics team, and one of the things that we're going to have to do here this spring is figure out exactly where all the lifeguard stations are going to be and how many lifeguards will be on there. But I can promise you that we will have a ton of lifeguards watching there. And as I said, the swim instructors are in the pool with the campers, and the counselors are right next to the campers while they take their swim lessons to provide safety. Yes, Little Chai is for those entering kindergarten only. If you are in 1st grade, you would be in our Chaverim unit. If you are in 2nd and 3rd grade, you are in our Shalom unit. And if you are entering 4th through 6th grade, you are in our Giborim unit. The structure of the day, another great question. We really tried to set up our day for about a 50-50 split between inside and outside, and knowing that a nice portion of that day being outside is the opportunity to either be in the splash pad or the swimming pool. So cooling off opportunities. And we do try to stagger the schedule so that it's an outdoor activity followed by an indoor activity, and things like that. For example, we eat lunch. Most groups do eat lunch outside in their unit area under a shade structure. And then after that, they go back inside for singing into the AC. And then after that, they might have an outdoor activity before coming back inside. We pay very, very close attention to the heat. Last summer was very, very hot. I was very pleased with the amount of water drinking we had on the whole, the amount of times counselors intelligently took breaks, went inside for an activity, and then also found a way to be outside and enjoy nature and the camp spirit. We have a question about free swim, and there are lots here. So these are great. I love that everybody's so interested. We are watching these campers very, very closely. And one of the things that we do with our swim lessons, and this relates to free swim, is evaluating the campers at the beginning of the summer, at the beginning of the session, and using that information in the evaluation process of the swim program to then know which pool or which area of the pool campers could be in. So if we're not a particularly strong swimmer, we make note of that, make sure that our counselors and unit heads are aware of that. And the free swim portion, they would be limited to an area where we felt like they could stay safe. And again, there are counselors at that juncture are with the campers while they're in the pool, and the lifeguards are all over the pool deck supervising and making sure our campers are safe. And if they need to ask a camper to move to the shallow end or help a camper get back to the shallow end or maybe take a break, that is something that we have happen. And really, the safety of our campers, especially at the pool, is our most important priority. Are the weeks of each session set up the same with trips and overnights? I'm confused on that. Are you asking if that's already been determined, or if it's the same as last year, or if it matters that I come first session or second session in that regard? It says iPhones. I'm not quite sure who asked that. I'll try to answer it best I can. So yes, we are having, we will have some.
Josh, it's Lori that asked it. I just wanted to know if it was set up kind of the same as last year, like the sessions, that there was something each week.
It may not be exactly the same, but it is following basically a similar or same model as last year with those trips and overnights or late nights. So. And the hours are the same for Little Chai. as for the rest of the camp. They're 9 to 4 with the extended care options as well. And we do offer buses. We have a bus stop in Frisco. We have a bus stop in Plano, a bus stop in far north Dallas. Historically, it's been right around Hillcrest and Frankfurt. We may have to look at finding a different location for that in case the construction and road work there is really bad, and I'll keep everybody up to date, but it would be right in that area. Even if we have to put it right in front of my house, we will make sure that there's a bus stop in that location and a bus stop at Brentfield Elementary. And so there's an option to ride the bus if you come from the north. If you are in kind of the Lake Highlands, Lakewood area, something that we have been exploring over the last few years is potentially putting a bus there. And if you are interested in that, and we can get a critical mass, and I will definitely send that out to people as they register, we could look at adding a bus to that location as well. The nice part about more people on the bus is that the carpool line is shorter, and that gets everybody off the campus a little quicker.
There's no Plano bus?
There is a Plano bus.
Oh, okay.
Did I miss Plano? I apologize if I
don't know. I might have missed it. Sorry.
Yes, there's
making
Frisco,
sure.
Plano, far north Dallas, and Brentfield.
Are you gonna have to move to HEB since they took Coles away?
I might. I gotta drive up there and find out where we can put that thing, but we will definitely have a Plano bus.
I'd be happy to do the research for you.
Love it, Laurie. I love it. What are the after camp care hours? So camp ends at 4 o'clock, and then you have to pick up by 6 p.m. Yes, we will be doing field trips again this year. I have not finalized them yet, but we will send that information out as soon as they are finalized. We're in conversations about where the field trips will be going. There is no nap time at Camp High. There's free swim in the pools for those entering first grade and older. The really exciting part about this new pool structure is the splash ground, and the kindergarten Little High campers will have the opportunity to now go to the splash ground every day in lieu of a free swim, but they will have the opportunity to cool off outside with water in the afternoon. Yes, if you are in Camp High and Little High, it is the same drop-off location. Little High is the kindergarten unit of Camp High with I'd say a transitional program. The programming element of it is designed to be a transition, but it is part of Camp High, so drop-off is in the same location. You don't have to do 2 different drop-offs. So we have not had the petting zoo. For Little High, the question is, going to Little High, will the campers have fun experiences like yoga and the animals like they did in Simcha? We have not had the petting zoo come for that age group. We have done things like yoga and different fitness activities. We have a variety of activities that we offer, from learning all of our camp dances to a weekly STEM activity, to multiple arts and crafts projects, to learning camp games, learning all of our camp songs, swimming, playing a variety of sports. Actually, last summer, floor hockey became like the sport of camp. And so there's a lot of different experiences. We have late night activities once a session. So there's just a lot of fun things coming up. It's not quite the same as Camp Simcha, though. It is more along the lines of what we do with the older kids here in Camp High. Jen, I took down your like of that, the Lake Highlands bus. That's good to know. The bus on the tollway, the bus from Plano does not currently go on the highway from my knowledge. If we change locations to somewhere closer to there, that might change. But as of right now, I would say it's not going on the highway. The Frisco bus does go on the highway. The goal is to have close to an hour of time swimming a day. It might be broken up to a half hour in the morning and a half hour in the afternoon, or it might be an hour-long block, depending on how old your child is and how we kind of work out the new pool schedule this year. As I said, for Little Chai, it'd be a half hour in the morning of instructional swim, and then a half hour, 25 minutes or so of time in the afternoon on our splash ground. And I think I got through all the questions here, but I'm glad to take more. I'm glad to see people's faces or say hello. Or if you need to check in with a different camp or something there, you can hop back in. Let's try to get everybody this. The links here that I'm sending. I'm also going to put my email in the chat as well. So if you feel like you want to email me, and I'll give you my office line as well, so you can call. Because I am here at any juncture to answer questions. And if you want to set up a one-on-one Zoom, definitely happy to do that as well, through our communication. I thank you so much for being here, and, welcome you to hang around, go to another room, or if everything's been answered for you, do that. Jen, they have been posted on the website. I can also email them to you. See if I can attach something here. But I can attach, but I can try to send that to you. I think I posted my stuff that didn't to everyone in the waiting room. That doesn't help you guys. So that's better there. I can, let me give you that link as well. And Jen, I will send you a email with the camp rates as well, but they are on the camp website as well. So let me know. If they're not there, I'm definitely here. I apologize for that. But as I said, unless there's more questions, please feel free to enjoy your night. Hop to a different room. And it's been so great seeing everybody. Thank you. Patrick, did you have any further questions? Definitely glad to chat.